Rio, and I'm going to teach you the technique I call the Scrambler right now.
Hey, I'm Bobby Rio, and I've got a pretty important video for you today because I want to get to the heart of the Scrambler and show you how it's like a secret love pill at your disposal. Okay, this is a writer-downer. It's the core secret of the Scrambler.
A girl doesn't fall in love when she's with you. She falls in love when she's alone, thinking about you. If you can get a girl thinking about you when you're not around, you can make her fall in love with you.
If you can get a girl thinking about you when you're not around, you can make her fall in love with you. Write it down, tape it to your fridge if you have to, because if you really get this, it's like having the key that unlocks any door. I'll explain in 1 minute. See, I've been coaching dating and attraction advice for almost 11 years now. One of the questions that I always get from guys is, how do I make a woman really like me? How do I get her to fall in love with me? A lot of times it's a female friend that you have a crush on, a coworker you might be flirting with, or even a woman you're dating that you sense is losing interest in you. What's ironic is a lot of times we can get the women that we're not really into, but the ones we really like, why don't they ever fall for us? What I want you to do and what I want you to think about right now is the last time that you really fell for a girl, when you started to get obsessed with her, when you started having those thoughts like, oh shit, I think I'm in love with this girl. I have feelings for her. Maybe you're feeling that for a woman right now, and that's okay, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how to have her have those same exact feelings towards you. So, what is it? What was the sign? When did you know that you were falling in love? This is key. This is a critical element of what I call the Scrambler. The sign that 99% of guys and 99% of women first realize that they're in love with someone is when they can't stop thinking about them, when they find themselves talking about them to their friends. I coach a lot of guys. A lot of these guys, when they come onto a coaching session, or even if they come on one of my live programs, a lot of times the guy is there because he's motivated by one girl that he can't get off his mind. If you think about how much effort and how much time and how much energy they're putting into that one girl, and they're coming to us to get coaching on her because she's like an impulsive thought that he can't stop thinking about. Now, I totally sympathize with those guys because I was there. I've been there. If you think love is a strong word, we can define it however you want. But what we're really talking about is infatuation, where you're just thinking about her all the time. You just find yourself constantly, just the thought of her, you can't go on with your day unless you're thinking about her, unless you're talking about her. Every moment you're checking your phone, you're slipping her name into the conversation, even talking to people who don't even know her. Wouldn't it be great to have that same power, to have a girl thinking about you that much? Stick with me, because all of this makes up the elements of the Scrambler and why it's so effective. In fact, what a lot of my clients say after discovering the Scrambler is, wow, she used this on me. She did this on me. So let's get back to it. What is the first ingredient of love? And it's also the first ingredient of the Scrambler. This is very important to understand. The ingredient is to create psychic tension in the other person. What I mean by psychic tension is it's a tension so much that the only way to relieve it is to want to see the person because you're thinking about them. You need to see them. You feel a compulsion to see them. You're talking about them. You're playing conversations in your mind. You're analyzing them. You're possibly on Google going, what did it mean when they, or you're on a dating forum going, she sent me this text. What do you think it means? That is psychic tension. And that's the first ingredient in love. There is no love without it. And for our purposes, it's the first ingredient in the scrambler. Here's the kicker though. Here's the kick in the balls. The kick in the balls is that most guys do everything to relieve that tension as quickly as possible in her mind. This is because as a guy, our natural philosophy is, I need to let her know. I need to give her certainty. She needs to know how I feel. I have to lay my cards on the table. She needs to know that I'm really into her. We do things like being super available, for instance. If she asks us to hang out, we're afraid to say, no, I can't hang out this weekend because we're afraid it's going to put doubt in her mind, right? We're afraid that if we don't text her back right away, it's going to put doubt in her mind. If she says something we disagree with, we're afraid to go, that's not true because it'll put doubt in her mind. But here's the thing. That doubt is what she needs because that doubt gives her things to think about. It creates psychic tension. Without those breadcrumbs of doubt in her mind, you're a sure thing. And one thing I can tell you about women, no woman wants a sure thing. You've probably been there. Have you ever gone on a date and it was the most amazing date in the world? You go, we connected and this and that. And I know she's the one. She has to feel the same way because she was laughing at all my jokes and we were making plans to hang out in the future and we just had this chemistry. Then you text her and a day goes by, 2 days go by, and that moment hits you in your stomach where you're like, what the hell? She's not responding. What went wrong? We've all had that gut feeling that something changed and we're not sure why. I can tell you what went wrong. It's that she had nothing to think about. It's like the end of the movie was already revealed. She knew the ending to the movie. She knew what was going to happen next. When a girl knows what happens next, she's got no motivation to continue watching the movie. Let me ask you another question. Did you ever watch a cat play with a piece of string? It may sound like a silly question, but it's the key to the scrambler, the key to unlocking a secret desire, and the key to becoming the guy that women put on a pedestal and chase for sex and relationships. When the string's dangling above her head, just out of reach, the cat goes crazy trying to get it. It leaps in the air, it dances around, and it chases that little piece of string all over the room. But as soon as you let go of the string and it drops right between the cat's paws, a weird thing happens. The cat just looks at it for a few seconds, gets bored, and walks away. Girls are the same exact way. The easier you are to catch, the more bored and less interested she becomes. Simply because once a girl knows she has you, it's over. The minute she figures out she's the one holding the power, her attraction for you plummets, and you're more likely to win the lottery than to make her your girlfriend. It happens fast, sometimes within 5 minutes of talking to you. This is why a girl will go from hot to cold or from wanting to kiss you to wanting to be your friend. This is why a girl that seemed totally into you will start ignoring your calls, is suddenly always too busy to hang out, or just flat out gets mean or unresponsive towards you. It's like she was disappointed the game was so easy and she actually loses respect for you. You see, it goes against her nature. She wants to chase you. She wants the dancing string. And the scrambler turns you into the string that girls can't help chasing, even if they initially weren't that into you. The more the string dangles, the harder women chase it. You may or may not have heard Rob or I talk about the scrambler. To give you a little background on it, a few years back, Rob and I, we were both sort of at a breaking point. We were like, we're both like really good at teaching guys dating advice. In fact, they come to us, they pay Rob obscene amounts of money to go out, take him out for the weekend. He gets these guys talking to girls. He has students bringing women home that same night. Girls way out of these guys' leagues. Yet
the thing that his students struggled with, and the things that I noticed when I was talking and coaching my students as I got them better at flirting and better at conversation, was when they met that one girl they really wanted, things always went bad. It just never worked out. So what the two of us did is we sat there. Over the course of 6 months, we researched and reverse engineered everything. And slowly, the secret of female obsession began to emerge and exactly what to do to make a woman decide to sleep with you and fall in love. and we knew we were getting close to something that would work every single time.
If you're like a lot of guys, there's at least one girl you have unfinished business with. The girl who got away.
Great white buffalo.
So one more giant piece of the puzzle was how to make a woman chase you when she's already turned you down or you feel stuck in the friend zone, and how to sneak back in for a second chance and have her think it was her idea to pursue you. Turns out it was easier than either of us possibly imagined. I'll explain the trick in a minute, and an exact text you can send to jumpstart her into chasing you as early as tonight. First, I want to share with you how you can turn all of this into a system you can use to take a girl who's only lukewarm or even pulling away and have her begging for a relationship with you. I'd like to teach you some of it now if that's all right with you. And you might want to get a pen and piece of paper ready for this part, especially as there's a good chance you won't see this video again as it is scheduled to be taken down. First, let me tell you a big mistake I see men make. They think somehow that showing disinterest or pretending you don't find her attractive will make her want you more. But that just lands you in the friend zone or off her radar completely. And if you ever felt confused about where you stand with a woman, in just a second, I'll share my best tip for figuring out if she wants to kiss you. It works every time. See, there's certain things a woman expects to happen when she's falling in love. And Rob and I designed every step to recreate this feeling in her. Now, this isn't learning how to play a game. It's about understanding human nature and tapping into a woman's real romantic fantasy. For instance, a woman will always want what she can't have. It's not about hiding your feelings forever or turning into an uncaring jerk. It's to use something we call romantic tension to give her the feeling that she's slowly winning you over every step of the way, so that she's chasing you instead of the other way around. And here's why that's so critical. It's nearly impossible for a woman to feel like she's in love if she doesn't feel like she's earning that love, which is the real reason that confessing your feelings too soon backfires and scares her away. So every part of our system has her working to win you over and loving every minute of it. And it's all under the radar and completely bypasses her instinct to reject you. Here's a tip. Refer to her as a friend and watch how quickly her flirty and feminine side comes out. Write this down. Cats don't take orders, but they can be tempted to chase. See, what Rob and I discovered were there were certain things you can do that trigger her womanly instinct to compete, and it becomes a challenge for her to seduce you. It's all part of her fantasy about earning a man's love, so her subconscious mind starts telling her, I must really like this guy. We even found there were innocent phrases that bait a girl into chasing you, and you can even slip them into everyday conversations, even drop them into the text you send or stories you post to keep her thinking about you nonstop. And these work no matter how attractive a girl is or how many other guys are after her. In fact, Rob used these exact techniques to date Miss California runner-up, several models, and his fiancée Adriana, who's a weather girl he's about to marry. Now, one thing you gotta be aware of is there's almost always a point where a woman will slow things down or pull back her attention. Here's what most men never realize. 99.9% of the time, this is a test. See, every step of the way, girls will be testing you. And how you handle these tests signal to her whether or not you're meant to be together. In just a second, I'll tell you the secret to passing every time. First, here's another tip. When you're with a woman, lean your body back as you talk to her. She'll automatically begin leaning into you. It's a reflex. She can't help it, but it subconsciously makes her see you as the prize. You see, the technical reason that a lot of these techniques work is because of one psychological principle. Women have a tendency to backward rationalize their behavior. So the more effort a woman puts into a relationship, the more she convinces herself he must be worth it. Her brain tells her, you wouldn't be thinking about him so much if you didn't like him. Now, if you use one or two of these techniques on their own, you'll notice a shift in her behavior. She might start getting closer. She might start rubbing your thigh or touching you more. But we found the real power comes when you do this unique set of moves in a very specific order that causes her to lose control and compels her to chase you into the bedroom. I'm going to tell you the exact moves in a second. And if you're wondering how to tell if it's working, earlier
earlier, I promised to give you a tip that tells you when she's ready to kiss you. Here's how it works. When you're talking to her, wait for her to say something you agree with and then gently give her a high five. When your hands touch, let your hand linger and see how she reacts. When she's feeling strong attraction, she'll almost always let her hand linger there for a second or two. Every one of the guys who've tried it said it's completely accurate and allows you to make your move without any risk of rejection. And like everything in the system, it's under the radar, so you're in control every step of the way. We call it the Scrambler because it's like an amusement park ride that scrambles her head and crowds out every other guy in her life until you're the man she thinks about all day long. These are the same elements that fill up romance novels women read, and it's what women are practically programmed to chase. When you start using this secret, she treats you like you're the only man in the room. Her attention is like a laser beam focused on making you hers. It starts as a little tug, but pretty soon it's pulling her towards you. And even if she doesn't know why, she can't stop it from happening. And it even works on girls you think are out of your league, like Lisa. She was a coworker our client Steve had a secret crush on for years, but she considered him just a friend. So Steve started using a few of the techniques when he'd see her at work, and after just a few days, she's whispering in his ear how they need to hang out one night this week. Right before he finally kissed her, she said, "I can't put my finger on it, but there's just something different about you." So we started sharing it with even more guys, and each time we did, we're stunned to see how well it worked. Like Bradley, who used it to reconnect with his old high school crush, and how after 3 dates, a girl he thought he'd never get to see naked was suddenly his sweet, supportive girlfriend. And we knew right then just how powerful it was and how many relationships could be saved, because the Scrambler is like a time machine that rewinds things right back to the beginning with her, so you have a second chance to get things right. That's been the experience of the 12 guys we invited to a private closed-door seminar we held at Rob's house in Scottsdale. Like Tom, who's 56 and wrote to say, "I came to the seminar because there was a younger woman who worked in the same surgery center as me. Now, after my wife left me, my confidence was crushed, so I had serious doubts this would work, especially with the giant age difference. But since it's all under the radar, I felt I had nothing to lose. Wow, it was like something ignited in her eyes and she just had to have me. And for the past 3 months, I've been sleeping with a smoking hot 23-year-old. And because the results exceeded our wildest expectations, we're opening up the Unlock the Scrambler system to a few more guys today. Now, we know not everyone can attend one of our private seminars or hire us for coaching, which is why now, for the first time ever, we're making the entire seminar available as a private access download site and giving you our complete step-by-step playbook that gets a girl chasing you into the bedroom and transforms her into your loving, loyal girlfriend. This system works the first time you use it. No practice, no exercise. We've already spent thousands of hours on testing and trial and error, so you don't have to. What our students love is how it lets you stay in control, even when you're nervous, how it predicts her every move, so you always feel one step ahead, like you're reading her mind and always know exactly what to do next. And because the Scrambler works on a totally subconscious level and works without her even realizing what's happening, it won't matter if you're out of shape, it won't matter if you're bald, you're broke, you're 5 feet tall. Maybe you're even thinking of a girl right now who you're gonna use it on first. Let me tell you, when you're talking to that one special girl, the one that you'd give anything to get into bed with and make your girlfriend, you'll feel so much more confident when you have a step-by-step system like this to follow, a system that guarantees she'll start to fall for you. And it's all laid out in 5 easy steps that make it impossible to mess up. Even an inexperienced virgin could pull this off. And if you're in the friend zone or you're already messed up, we're gonna show you a psychological tool we call the clean slate technique that erases any mistake you made from her mind, so it feels completely natural for her to suddenly want to sleep with you. Like Glenn, who said, "You and Rob are freaking wizards. You know my female friend Isabel? I did what you said, and I almost thought the Scrambler wasn't working because I didn't hear from her for a few days. But then at 1 a.m, I get a text from her that says, 'Can I come over and see you?' Well, I had sex with Isabel yesterday, and I have to tell you, it was even more amazing than I imagined." This program is dramatically different from anything you might have tried before because it's customizable for your exact situation, no matter how unique it is. Here are just a few of the things you'll learn in the Unlock the Scrambler system. See, part of a woman falling for you is giving her the impression that you understand her more than any other guy. But you can't do it with flattery or by nodding your head at everything she says. It requires complimenting her in a specific way on 3 very specific things. We call this technique her golden mirror. We discovered it after digging through hundreds of books on the psychology of love. And since the entire system is designed to give her the feeling she's winning you over, we'll explain the exact moments to give her each of these 3 compliments. It's shocking how quickly the words "I love you" slip out of her mouth, how she suddenly clears everything from her calendar to be with you. And if you want a second chance with the girl who got away, or a girl who's slipping away right now, you'll get our 9-word text that crawls inside her head and has her obsessed with seeing you again. I'll tell you the text in a second and exactly how it triggers her to chase you no matter how much time has gone by. Now, I know some people will say just move on, or there are plenty of fish in the sea. But if you're like Rob and I, you know that sometimes a woman is worth fighting for. Sometimes you have to give it your best shot, or else you spend the rest of your life regretting that you didn't at least try. And if the idea of making a move on a female friend or ex-girlfriend makes you nervous, we'll show you a trick that gets her so turned on, she'll make the first move 95% of the time. You'll learn an innocent 5-word question you can ask that immediately tells you if she's ready to sleep with you. We'll teach you 12 obsession triggers you can start using the minute you meet her to make her ignore every other man in her life and see you as the only option she wants. This isn't about using a line to get a girl's attention and then having no clue what to do next. This is a complete system for transforming her tiny spark of interest into a full-blown desire to be with you. You'll have it downloaded into your brain so that every move you make all goes according to plan. You'll discover a technique we call the power shift that compels her to pursue you between dates. So you don't have to slave over what text to send because she'll do all the work. And then how to smoothly transition from going on dates with her to being in a relationship in a way that has her think it was her idea to get more serious with you. If you feel like women are confusing or complicated, I get it. I've been there too. And I can tell you it's not your fault. A woman you want will always feel out of reach when you're not tapping into her natural instinct to chase. But the minute you do, it feels like you're playing the game on the easy level, and she'll fall into your arms with half the effort you spent chasing girls in the past. It doesn't matter if she's a female friend you've known for years or the fit MILF you chat with at the gym. You'll get our step-by-step instruction for the best way to ask her out, especially if she's turned you down before, how to invite her back to your place, and exactly how to act after you sleep with her that leaves her craving more. Now, some guys already have a woman in mind to use it on, but if you're wondering if it'll help bring a cool, hot new girl into your life, we got you covered, because you'll get Rob's secret playbook for turning a woman on sexually, even if you're not her type. What to talk about so she's hanging on your every word and thinking of giving herself to you within minutes of meeting you. Now, I'll warn you, when she suddenly leans across the table to give you a kiss or takes you by the hand and leads you into her room, you might think you're cheating the system, and you might think it's unfair or feel guilty that she's chasing you. But I promise, it's a hell of a lot better than writing some cringeworthy text confessing your feelings or sending a bouquet of flowers and getting the friend zone speech in return. And since it all feels natural, you can use it on classmates or coworkers, and she'll never suspect you're using a technique on her. Here's what else she'll love. It allows you to put the game on autopilot. No more worrying about every little move you make with her. Just sit back and let the Scrambler do the work. Which is why Jonathan said, I used to fear meeting new girls because I never knew what to do or say, and even if she liked me, I'd always lose her interest or get insecure that a more attractive guy would steal her away. But now that I have a game plan, there's no more confusion holding me back. Next time you're with the girl you want to use it on, pay attention to how much more confident you are knowing you're following a step-by-step system for turning her on. And that's when you naturally become the guy she imagines making love lying on a beach or walking down the aisle with on her wedding day. Because this right here is what it's all about. Here in Santorini with my girl, wondering what my life would have been like if I listened to my friends who said, she either likes you or she doesn't, bro. I've seen one simple move fix things with a woman who's pulling away and bring
bring her back in a way where she's chasing you instead. We removed all the guesswork for you by giving you the exact words, phrases, and actions you need for any situation you're going through. Now, a couple of things. You've been paying attention. Thank you so far. And by now, I'm sure you've realized how powerful this really is. Maybe you're even beginning to allow yourself to imagine all the ways you're going to use it in your own life and how incredible it's going to feel when you finally get that one girl you've been thinking about while you listen to my voice and watch this presentation. And right now, you might be wondering, how can I get started? Are my results guaranteed? And how much does it cost? Well, I'm going to answer that question and show you exactly how in just a moment. But first, let me ask you, what's it worth to you to know that no matter how old you get, no matter what kind of shape you're in physically, you're still going to have an amazing girl who loves you because you connect to her on a much deeper psychological level? And that if you ever decide to test the waters again, you can get right back in the game knowing your next girlfriend is a few steps away. What's it worth for the look on the guy's face who said you'd never get her? And the respect in everyone's eyes when she's hanging on you in public? What's that kind of power really worth? Well, Rob and I charged $5,000 for a weekend of private coaching, and we charged the test group $1,700 just to attend the seminar. But seeing as the Unlock the Scrambler is hosted online, Rob suggested we only charge $599 for online access. That price would be totally fair because the secrets have the power to permanently change your dating and sex life. And plus, I haven't even told you about the full-length bonus programs I'm including for free with your copy of Unlock the Scrambler. But for today's special event, you won't pay that. You won't even pay $299. Hell, you won't even pay half of that. Here's what's going to happen. We're opening up spots to Unlock the Scrambler today, and the next 50 guys who order will pay the massively discounted fast action price of $79. This system is all hosted discreetly online, which means you can get access to it right now and start using these secrets on the girl you want within the next hour. Just click the button below to claim your discounted spot. After watching it just once, you'll be an expert on using the Scrambler to find a wife, a girlfriend, or just some casual fun with a female friend, a coworker, or even a girl who serves you your coffee at Starbucks. Speaking of Starbucks, break your price down over the next 2 months and it comes out to $1.20 a day. That's less than the price of a cup of coffee, and there's no cup of coffee in the world that will give you this much power and control over your dating life. No way. Plus, no more spending thousands of dollars on dinner for girls or the endless Tinder hell that goes nowhere. Instead, with Unlock the Scrambler, you're going to have the power to get your dream girl desperately chasing you starting right now. To make your decision even more of a no-brainer, I'm going to offer you a no questions asked money back guarantee. You're going to have a full 60 days to examine and try the Unlock the Scrambler system for yourself. If for some reason you don't win over that one girl you've had your eye on for months or even years, or if you just feel the system isn't for you for any reason, simply shoot me an email at bobby@unlockthescrambler.com and I'll give you 100% of your money back. But that's not it, because we also decided to include some additional bonuses that I think you're going to love as our way of saying thanks for giving it a try. The first bonus is called Invisible Escalation, and it teaches you a rejection-proof technique that's perfect for a female friend or ex-girlfriend or any girl you want to sneak in under the radar, because it shows you how to have her so turned on that she makes a move on you. When you use this simple technique, you'll be unhooking her bra and running your hand up her back as she trembles in anticipation. And the best part is, she thinks it was her idea to seduce you. Now, if you ever found a girl confusing, you're gonna love the next bonus called Decode Her Signals, because it reveals exactly what she's thinking every step of the way. All her confusing behavior will finally make sense, so you can predict her every move and confidently go for the kiss or invite her back to your place without ever worrying about getting rejected. Now, you're gonna love this next bonus called 66 Trigger Words. We found that certain innocent words automatically turn a woman on and create the sexual attraction she needs to feel to be with you. So we compiled a collection of 66 words you can use to slip inside her subconscious mind and trigger sexual feelings every time she thinks of you. Here's how it works. Just drop a few of these words the next time you're with her, and her arousal is automatic. And within minutes, you'll practically taste the desire on her breath as she talks to you. You're also going to get the 12 conversation topics that make her fall in love special report, where you'll learn the 12 most interesting conversation topics in the world to any woman. So if you've ever been lost for something to say, simply start talking about any of these things, and no, it's not fashion or gossip or anything girly. In fact, you'll be surprised at how much you actually know about these topics and how easily they spark chemistry between you and her. The next bonus is called the ethical boyfriend destroyer sequence. See, if she's already dating someone else and you know she likes you, but she's too scared to take the steps, this sequence gives her the permission she needs to finally rush into your arms. And it does it without ever once bad-mouthing her boyfriend or putting pressure on her to leave him. You'll be shocked when she suddenly tells you how she broke up with her boyfriend and she's waiting for you to finally ask her out. You're also going to get the entire flirting handbook that shows you how to develop an amazing sense of humor fast, even if you've never been able to think quickly on your feet. And a handful of other special bonuses will surprise you within the private members area, where you can download all the material or view it online. Not to mention, you'll have lifetime access to our members forum to ask questions and get feedback from other guys who've used the Scrambler to land their dream girl already. That said, we're only going to guarantee the special pricing and bonuses for today. And just to be super clear about a few things, you'll never be able to buy Unlock the Scrambler with a better package than today, and Unlock the Scrambler will never be available for purchase at any other website. Furthermore, rest assured, this is a one-time payment. There are no hidden charges or subscription fees whatsoever. I've always hated that stuff as much as you do. So when you click the link below, you'll get taken to an order recap page where you'll see everything you're going to get within minutes from now. Then click the add to cart button to proceed to our 256-bit secure order page that looks like this. Then fill in your order information and confirm your order to our 100% safe and secure order form, and you'll get immediate access to the entire system and all the bonuses. Everything is completely private, and the charge shows up as ClickBank on your statement. And remember, we're giving you a 60-day no questions asked, 100% money back guarantee to make getting started an absolute no-brainer for you. There's simply no risk to you. The only risk you could possibly face is the one of pain and regret if you miss out on experiencing this life-changing formula when you had the chance. We know how amazing it's going to feel for you when you notice that pendulum of power swing noticeably to your side. You can just about see her becoming attracted to you, developing feelings, and looking at you with that anticipation. Her head sort of tilted, those trance-like eyes glued on you, just begging to be kissed. When she's drawn towards you like a magnet, you won't part with this material for any price. But you really do have to act now. We're selling this program with all the bonuses at a special price, but this offer won't be available for long, and you might not find this video if you try to come back. Remember, none of the well-meaning advice you've gotten from friends or anything that you've tried up until this point has had a chance of working, and now you know why. And even though you may not realize it at the moment, right now you've come to a very real crossroad of a once-in-a-lifetime choice you must make between two very different realities. Choice one is you keep doing what you're doing now, and more than likely the girls you really like will keep slipping away. Sadly, by next week, she could be gone into the arms of some other guy, sleeping with him and giving herself over to him. You'll continue to put time and effort into meeting a girl and getting to know her, only to watch her slip through your fingers before you can turn it into anything meaningful or make her your girlfriend. If you keep making the same mistakes, her attraction towards you is going to continue to plummet. Right now, there are girls in your life who are still undecided about you. Every wrong move you make, and more of that attraction she felt towards you is disappearing. Before you know it, any chance you had with her will be long gone. If you do this wrong and you bore her or creep her out or seem needy or unattractive, you'll waste time and money, and you'll have to come back here anyway, and when you do, this deal won't be here anymore. There's another reality available for your choosing though. A reality that has been chosen by other men that have been through this same once-in-a-lifetime crossroads before you. A reality where the girl you really want is chasing you tonight. A reality in which you get her to your place, you get her clothes off, and finally experience that ultimate satisfaction of making her your girlfriend, your lover, your wife. A reality where you finally feel like you have choice and options and power and control over your dating life, where you're finally free of that mental anguish, free of the frustration, and free of the one-way romances where you seem to be the only one invested in the relationship, free of what was holding you back from the women and relationship you truly deserve. And let's face it, this is the reality that you've been waiting for your whole life. You may never forgive yourself if you let today's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity slip between your fingertips. It's time to do the smart thing, the right thing for you while you still can. Click the link below and take advantage of today's 100% risk-free opportunity to claim the dating and sex life you truly deserve. And once you finally handle the girl situation, you not only have the attention to focus on other areas of your life, but the confidence you get from this translates into every other aspect. Here's what Ferdinand had to say. I actually can't believe how much it already changed. Literally, I changed from having no dates in years to going out with a different girl every single day this week after learning this advice. All you have to do to get started is click the add to cart button. You'll get instant access to everything and you can begin using the Scrambler tonight. You really have nothing to lose. Remember, all the risk is on our shoulders. If Unlock the Scrambler doesn't deliver what it promises, you get all your money back. No questions asked. You can even keep all the bonuses. Can you imagine a life filled with beautiful girls eager for your attention? And what your life is going to be like when you don't have this problem anymore? Go ahead right now and take action. Click the button that says add to cart and take the first step towards living the lifestyle you know you deserve. You know you're capable of living, and finally get that one hard to get girl chasing you instead of the other way around.
Hey, still here? Still making your decision? No worries. I understand you might still have some questions that didn't get answered. So why don't we do a little Q&A, and hopefully I can answer whatever final questions you have before you decide to buy. Whether your question is something specific like, will the Scrambler work for my unique situation? Or if it's more technical like, can I access the program from my phone? Hopefully I answer any questions or concerns that you have right now as you're sitting here making your decision to buy this program. Sound good? The first question that we're getting over and over is, how fast do I get access to Unlock the Scrambler? The answer is you get it instantly. You'll access everything inside a private members area within minutes. You can stream the videos right inside the members area, or if you prefer, you can download them to your computer, your iPad, or your mobile phone. And I know some guys prefer to read the material, so along with the videos, you'll get written transcripts in PDF format of the entire seminar. So you can easily skim through and review all the secrets and all the techniques that you'll be using to make her chase you. Now you'll also get MP3s of all the videos, so you can download it all into your brain while you're driving in your car or whatever. You'll be soaking up the secrets in literally less than 2 minutes from now. Not only that, but you'll automatically start to connect the system to your own unique circumstances. You'll be thinking, oh, that's why she didn't return my text. No wonder. Or, oh, that's what I should have said to her. Wow, all I have to do is text her this and she's going to be attracted. You're going to see so many moments in the past that you could have taken advantage of and used the system to get a girl that you were talking to, or that girl you had your eye on, chasing you into bed. Luckily, you won't make those mistakes again. And even better, now you're going to know exactly step by step what to do to make her fall in love. And within minutes, you'll have the material, the lines, the text. And what's cool is with things like the 66 trigger words, you can start slipping them into your conversations as early as tonight, so you can begin turning the table so that she's pursuing you. So again, you'll get instant access to every step of the Scrambler and all the bonuses right inside the members area. Here's a very cool thing about the members area. Inside it, you'll find a private forum where you can post any questions or just read the stories of other guys using the Scrambler and learn what's working for them. Now, we even have a coach in the forum replying to your questions, so you can get custom advice or feedback tailored to your unique situation. So yeah, it's literally all yours as fast as you can enter your information on the next page. You're gonna have every single tool you need to get that girl you want chasing you into bed. Okay, the next question is, what if I haven't talked to her in a while? Because a lot of guys have a specific girl in their mind, or maybe there's a couple girls that you're already planning to use this on. A question that we get is, will the Scrambler still work if it's been a while since we last talked? And the answer is yes, and we have an entire module dedicated to teaching you an under-the-radar texting sequence that lets you sneak back into her life and feels completely natural to her to be talking to you again. I got an email recently from a student who used it to reconnect with his high school crush after 15 years. And now they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Rob hadn't spoken to his ex-girlfriend Adriana in over 6 months, and she was dating someone else, and once he began using it, he quickly reeled her back in, and he actually got engaged to Adriana less than a year later. So yeah, everything about the Scrambler is designed to fly under the radar, which allows you to get that second chance with a girl you think might be out of your life for good. You can immediately dig into the entire re-engagement sequence inside the members area. You'll find it under phase 2 of the Scrambler. Okay, next question. Will the Scrambler work on my wife or girlfriend? I get a surprisingly large amount of emails from guys wondering if it will work on their wife, and here's the truth. If your relationship has serious, deep-rooted issues like you abused her or slept with her best friend, the Scrambler can't fix a woman who's been deeply hurt. On the other hand, if your wife or girlfriend is pulling away because she's lost attraction to you or takes you for granted or says she no longer feels a spark, that's exactly what the Scrambler was designed to fix, because it subtly shifts that balance of power back in your favor and has her begin to see you in a new, more attractive light. And of course, you get a whole bunch of techniques that help you continue to build her attraction, her loyalty, and that desire to be with you. Now, if you sense a woman is pulling away, the sooner you make these shifts, the better, and the easier it is to turn things around. So jump into the members area and put this all into action. And if she's lost sexual attraction to you, you'll absolutely want to start slipping the sexual trigger words into your conversations with her and use the invisible escalation technique, which will have her aroused and she'll attach that feeling of arousal to you. Now, we also get quite a bit of guys who want to use the Scrambler on a brand new girl. So a question we get is, what if I'm an older guy or I'm inexperienced with women, I'm too shy, fat, or broke? Will it still work? So let's address each of these on their own, and let's start with older guys, because I'd say about 50% of the guys that we've taught the Scrambler to have been in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. I think it's because a lot of times you come out of a marriage and maybe your self-esteem is low, and a younger woman captures your attention and you start thinking, what would she want with me? I'm older, or I've got a big gut now, or whatever. What a lot of guys don't realize is that I think the stat I read was 1 in 3 younger women fantasize about being with an older man. And the Scrambler taps into that so that you become the object of her fantasy, the man she can't stop thinking about. I get emails all the time from older guys who've used the Scrambler to get into a relationship with a woman 20 or 30 years younger than them. As I've mentioned, the Scrambler is about tapping into a woman's desire to chase a man, earn his approval, win him over, and all of this is triggered in her own mind, meaning she begins to fantasize about being with you, and a lot of times she doesn't realize why she's feeling such strong attraction towards you. And a funny thing is that if you're not her type or she doesn't normally go for older guys, it actually helps you, because when she starts feeling this intense attraction, she chalks it up to some mysterious chemistry she has with you. She'll be telling her friends how there's just something about you, you just get her, and how she can't stop thinking about you. Now, some guys think they're too unattractive to get the girl they really want, but there's a flaw in that thinking. Yes, for men, it's all about appearance. But for women, while being good looking doesn't hurt a guy, she's way more turned on by the sub-communication going on. The dynamic between you, the challenge of seducing you, the fantasy playing in her mind. The Scrambler's going to get her so turned on, and she's going to link that feeling to you so that it's not going to matter whether you're a little fat or old or not her type. And now if you're shy or you don't have much experience with women, that's okay, because it works because of the technique, not the person using it. The formula does the work for you. That being said, you do actually have to use the techniques. Now, they're all under the radar and easy to use, and they don't require you to memorize lines or anything, and it doesn't require you saying anything that would get you outside of your comfort zone or you'd be embarrassed to do. In fact, it's the opposite. Every move is subtle and designed that she has no clue you're using a technique on her. And it works because she's wired to respond to it, almost without any sense of control. There's also a side effect that happens once you start dating a lot more. And this is really good if you're inexperienced. And that is, you're going to become a lot more confident. And as a side benefit, women are universally attracted to confidence anyway. So that makes guys get even better results, and it spirals out of control until they're just totally a different person, living an entirely new life. But it's really like learning any new skill. You'll get exactly what you put into it. So yes, you can make her aroused and have her chasing you. And with a few simple steps, she's yours, even if you're on the older side or you're pretty damn ugly. So another question I get is, how do I know you're legit and this isn't a scam? Listen, I get it. The internet can be a shady place, but here's the thing. I mean, I'm a pretty average guy. I've just had a terrible problem with women and social anxiety and shyness and inadequacy that I basically devoted my life to fixing it. And I've been doing this since 2007. So as of today, I've been doing it longer than it takes most people to get a PhD. And in that time, I've probably read more books on psychology and biology and social philosophy than most college professors. And I've worked with close to 1,000 guys in one-on-one situations, and over 50,000 guys have gone through one of my training programs. And I'm very public, meaning I put myself out there. You just saw me on camera, and chances are you watched one of my other videos online. My point is that I'm not some mysterious guy hiding behind the camera that's gonna disappear tomorrow. I've got a Facebook page with tens of thousands of followers. I've got videos and profiles and channels all over. I can't hide. So if I wasn't legit and really helping guys, there's no possible way I would have lasted over 12 years now or be willing to show my face in public. I get it though. Even though we have 100% money back guarantee, I know for me, it's not about money a lot of times. It's just that I don't want to feel like a sucker for falling for some scam. I mean, listen, you and I, we don't know each other yet. You know, if I was able to meet you on the street or in Starbucks, you know, have you come into my office and I tell you all about this in person, that'd be cool. You could look me in the eye, you could shake my hand, and you could feel a lot more confident about making this decision. And I wish I could do that on the internet, but it's kind of limited by the fact that it's all virtual. So the best I can do is offer this 60-day guarantee where if you get into the members area and aren't blown away by the material and can't immediately see how this will change a woman's mind about you, then just send an email asking for a refund. You'll find our support email right inside the members area, and for reference, it's support@unlockthescrambler.com. But I'm certain that 5 minutes into the first video, you'll feel like this was the best decision you ever made. So the next question sort of piggybacks off that, and that's guys asking, can I trust your guarantee? And the answer is 100% yes. Here's why. Because I never actually take your money. I use a company called ClickBank for my payment processing. And ClickBank is one of the largest payment processors online. They've been around for 24 years and they have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. They have their own support. They handle everything. So even if I wanted to be a scumbag and not refund you, which if I was doing that, ClickBank would kick me off their platform immediately. And not only that, I'd be in jail because it's absolutely illegal not to honor a refund guarantee. But ClickBank even has their own support center that you can find at clickbank.com where you can call in or write an email and they'll handle everything. You get to download the program, try it out for up to 2 whole months. It won't take 2 months for you to see how powerful this stuff is, but you can still take as much time as you want to try out the material, up to 2 months, if you really wanted to anyway. If you're not happy, you just send an email and your refund will be processed that day. And we never ask questions or try to talk you out of refunding. Honestly, the only person taking the risk here isn't you, it's me, because it's possible, and I hope you're not the type of person to do this, but you could just buy the program and get your money back even after getting the benefit of the material. But it's not something Robert or I really worry about. I'm much more focused on getting amazing results for the guys and building my reputation around that. So yes, you can trust the guarantee 100%. Another question that I find we get from a lot of guys is, can the Scrambler get me out of the friend zone? So the tricky thing about trying to get out of the friend zone is you don't want to screw it all up and ruin the relationship you do have by making your feelings known and getting rejected and making things all awkward between you. Well, with Unlock the Scrambler, you never put yourself out there. She's going to be the one to do it. Be her friend, act the same way you always do. The only thing you want to do differently is start peppering your conversations with her with some of our trigger words and make a few subtle moves that shift her opinion of you, and then watch as her behavior starts to change. You'll be the same guy you always been, but now for the first time, the way she feels about you will be different and she'll make her intentions known sooner rather than later. You see, that's the true beauty of the Scrambler, the absolute covert nature of it. No one will know you're using it, which actually makes it great for other uses besides escaping the friend zone. Let's say there's a woman at work who you want to sleep with. Well, normally hitting on her would get you reported to HR either by her or by someone who's overheard. But with the Scrambler, she's the one making the moves. All you're doing is being yourself and having a normal conversation. Same goes for school or really any environment where you see the same group of girls over and over again. Once you dig into this training, your mind will start racing with all the potential women that you can use this on. Okay, next question. How is this different from XYZ dating advice? Well, 99% of the advice out there is geared towards guys who want to go out to a bar or swipe on Tinder and either date or sleep with a new girl. And quite frankly, most of the advice out there is generic crap like dress better, take better pictures, be more confident, or they give you some cheesy pickup line to say. Or they'll tell you how it's a numbers game and you have to walk up and talk to 100 random women. Who wants to do that? I'm an introvert, so I definitely don't. And more importantly for me, the girls I've wanted have always been a girl who's already in my life. Whether it was a girl I went on a few dates with who lost interest, or a female friend, a coworker, a classmate, or just a woman I see around my social scene. And what makes the Scrambler so much more powerful than anything else out there is that it's all about subtly changing a woman's mind about you, because every woman in your life currently sees you in a specific way. So let's say a girl looks at you as the nice guy she feels no attraction to. The Scrambler changes her opinion and gets her seeing you in an entirely new light so that she feels like it's her idea to become attracted to you. So you never have to put yourself out there and risk rejection or use some cheesy lines on her. It's all under the radar so that she finds herself thinking and fantasizing about you so much that she makes the move on you. Now, some guys ask, isn't that cheating or manipulation? They say, I want to use this, but I don't want to feel like I'm doing something wrong. Well, let me ask you a question. When she puts on a push-up bra, wears heels, and a short skirt to get you horny, is that cheating? I don't think so. As men, we love when women do that to us. We love that feeling of being aroused and excited and turned on. Well, when you use the Scrambler, it's the same thing, just a different way of doing it. If you think about men, we watch porn to get off, right? We're visual, and that's what turns us on. And women know this, so they dress and they look their best to get us attracted. But that girl you want isn't masturbating to porn. She gets turned on by anticipation, build-up, the mental fantasy. That's what makes her want to sleep with a man, especially an older man. She can't help but give herself to you. It's entirely unconscious, and she'll tell her friends that it's fate or destiny or something else like that. Now, it might feel unfair or like you're cheating the system, since you're controlling the whole process from the moment you meet her until she's your loyal girlfriend. But trust me on this, it feels a hell of a lot better than getting the sad, pathetic friend zone speech. Okay, next question. What shows up on my credit card, and is my credit card safe? Again, we use ClickBank for our payment processing, and that's what you'll see on your card. It'll just show up as ClickBank. Is your card safe? Yes, as I mentioned, ClickBank has been around for 24 years. They use the same payment processing software as companies like Amazon.com, and they use the same security software as companies like Facebook and Google. So your private information is as safe as humanly possible. And in fact, they actually go one step further and they use 256-bit secure encryption, which means there's no way that your private information could be stolen by hackers or any third party out there. All you have to do is click the button and enter your information, and you're going to have the best customer experience of your entire life. I guarantee it. Okay, so that just about covers it. I'm going to sign off in a second, and I really appreciate you joining me all the way to the end here. And I hope you got the information you need to feel good about buying this course right now, knowing it's going to work for you as you go ahead and begin to feel good about clicking that button below. You really do have nothing to lose. So if you made it this far, it's because you can see the power in having this material. You're probably already imagining how you're going to use it on a specific girl. And if you don't give it a shot, you're going to kick yourself and regret that you didn't give it your best shot. That you let $79 stand in the way from something that you truly desire and want. $79 that you can get back tomorrow if you go into the members area and you think this isn't for you. So there's no reason to let money stop you, because only one of two things will happen. One, and the likely outcome is you love the material, you use it to turn her into your girlfriend, you have amazing sex, she's chasing you and loving you. And in that case, you got the deal of a lifetime, right? Or two, you decide this isn't for you and you immediately get your money back anyway. It's really no lose for you. And in fact, here's an email I just got this morning from a guy, Joe. I honestly bought your program not going into it thinking it would change my life. I just had a meet up with a girl I met on a dating app after just watching 3 of the 5 Scrambler videos. We started talking, but then she kind of friend zoned me right off the bat. She still gave me her number and we started texting. She's also smoldering, and I said to myself, I'm going to use the Scrambler on her. The date started off as a clear, not romantic thing. Then I just pretty much did everything you said. After I showed interest in her, she started testing me all night. For the first time in my life, instead of getting sensitive, backing down, and needing affirmation, I gave it right back to her in, of course, a witty way. Before I know it, she's asking me to sit next to her at the next place we go to. We ended up spending the night together. It's life-changing, man. I can't even explain to you. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'm living proof this works. You guys are absolute monsters. So I'm pretty sure that Joe felt like that was worth way more than $79. Anyway, I hope to see you in the members area, and I can't wait to get an email like that from you.